looks like I did spell it right. Stretched on the rack. Rack, torture, Wikipedia. English Wikipedia, or at least some kind of faggoty gay English. en.mwikipedia.org. Rack, torture. Torture rack redirects here. It is not to be confused with the Argentinian backbreaker rack used in professional wrestling. Oh, interesting. The rack is a torture device consisting of a rectangular, usually wooden frame slightly raised from the ground, with a roller at one or both ends. The victim's ankles are fastened to one roller and the wrists are chained to the other. As the interrogation progresses, a handle and ratchet mechanism attached to the top roller are used to very gradually retract the chains, slowly increasing the strain on the prisoner's shoulders, hips, knees, and elbows, and causing excruciating pain. By means of pulleys and levers, this roller could be rotated on its own axis, thus straining the ropes until the sufferer's joints were dislocated and eventually separated. Additionally, if muscle fibers are stretched excessively, they lose their ability to contract, rendering them ineffective. A torture rack in Rothschildschloss Castle, Austria, and it would have to be the Rothschilds, wouldn't it? Here come the Jews. Jewish German, always. One gruesome aspect of being stretched too far in the rack is the loud popping noises made by snapping cartilage, ligaments, or bones. Another method for putting pressure on prisoners was to force them to watch someone else being subjected to the rack. Confining the prisoner on the rack enabled further tortures to be simultaneously applied, typically including burning the flanks with hot torches or candles, or using pincers made with specially roughened grips to tear out the nails of the fingers and toes, or sliding thin slivers of red-hot coal between pairs of adjacent toes. Usually the victim's shoulders and hips would be separated and their elbows, knees, wrists and ankles would be dislocated. Uses, how dreadfully pleasant. Constitutio Criminalis Terenciana, 1768, the unapproved methods of torture which could be used by the legal authorities to arrive at the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help us God. Early use, the rack was first used in antiquity, and it is unclear whether exactly from which civilization it originated, though some of the earliest examples are from Greece. The Greeks may have heard boring, or load of cunt. Boring, 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 bring on the rack. See that person there? They haven't done anything in particular, they're just a little bit short. Chevalet, torture, pour les articles omnibus chevalet. Cet article est une ébauche concernant les armes. Why would you call it an arm? Vous pouvez partager vos connaissances en l'améliorant comment, selon les recommandations des projets correspondants. Le chevalet est un instrument de torture dont l'usage correspond au supplice de l'écartèlement. Oh, fucking sexy. I see they've gone to every measure to make it comfy. Chevalier de la Tour de Londres. La présentation, whatever that means. And it's only one fucking shitty sentence. Oh fuck, I'm so racist. Le chevalet est une sorte d'échelle sur laquelle sont attachés les bras de la victime en haut et les pieds en bas. Les pieds sont reliés à roue par une corde. Lorsque la roue tourne, la victime est écartelée. Voir aussi quoi? Le chevalet sur Wikimedia Commons, but why? Why would you want to go there? Oh no, Marquise de Barvilliers, Maxime de Rome, Portail des Arts, Portail de la Médecine. I don't think you'd call it medicine. This man has a headache. Quick, put him on the rack. Interesting shit. And I'm not bothering, is there any Maori? Of course not, don't be silly. Stuff all of them in. Argentine backbreaker rack. The Argentine backbreaker rack. Oh, what do they call it? Fuck. Torture rack redirects here. It is not to be confused with the Argentine backbreaker rack used in professional wrestling. Oh my Christ. Nikki Bella, who actually is a man, is setting out to perform the rack attack, Argentine backbreaker drop on Naomi. Naomi Campbell. Oh, who cares, she's black. The submission hold, better known as torture rack or simply a rack, sees the, and there is the word, oh, look at that rack. She doesn't actually have a rack. It's so flat, it's flat. It's the flat earth theory of cups. This submission hold, better known as a torture rack or simply a rack, sees the attacking wrestler carrying the opponent face up across his own shoulders before hooking the opponent's head with one hand and a leg with the other, to then pull down on both ends to hyperextend the opponent's back and force a submission. Wrestler Lex Luger was famous for using it as a finisher, and he was finished. So I can't see why they say it's Argentine, except for the fact that obviously that woman is transcending everything. A backbreaker drop variation of the submission move sees the attacking wrestler first hold an opponent up for the Argentine backbreaker rack before dropping to the mat in a sitting or kneeling position, thus flexing the opponent's back with the impact of the drop. Another version sees the wrestler hold their opponent in the Argentine backbreaker rack before dropping into a sitting or kneeling position, while simultaneously throwing the opponent off their shoulders, causing the opponent to roll in midair and fall to the mat in a face-down position. Nikki Bella, who is transcending, has used both variations as a finisher in WWE, and she's also from Finland. So I don't know why we're calling it Argentine. A variation of the Argentine backbreaker rack, known as La Jañera, actually it depends what Spanish it is, sees the opponent, my God, she is a trans, sees the opponent held across the wrestler's upper back rather than his shoulders, neck, often set up by a tilt-a-whirl. The opponent ends up suspended with an arm hooked behind and both legs hooked by the wrestler's other arm. Roland Vera, another trans, was credited with inventing the move. Another Argentine backbreaker rack variation called La Atlantida favoured by Mexican whores, Luchador Atlantis sees the attacking wrestler holding the opponent across the shoulders and behind the head in a side-lying position, facing towards the rear, then pulling down on the head and one leg to laterally bending the opponent. A variation of La Atlantida, sometimes known as the accordion rack. Jesus, this is so inventive. So fucking trans. My fucking Christ. We are just transcending. Transcending levels of shit few people could comprehend. Oh fuck, I hope that fucking heats up. What am I going to do with that disgusting filth? Yeah, fucking Jesus, have that. Wikipédia Backbreaker. Cet article ne cite pas suffisamment ce sens. Si vous disposez d'ouvrages ou d'articles de référence, ou si vous connaissez des sites web de qualité traitant du thème abordé ici, merci de compléter l'article en donnant les références utiles à sa variabilité et en les liant à la section notes et références. En partie, quelles sources sont attendues, comment ajouter mes sources. Un backbreaker est un mouvement de catch qui consiste à claquer le dos d'une personne sur n'importe quelle partie du corps, notamment le genou. Catcher exécutant un backbreaker. I don't believe it. Variante argentine, backbreaker rack. Nikki Bella faisant le Nikki Rack Attack. The Nikki Rack Attack. Le corps de l'adversaire est placé sur le dos et les épaules de l'attaquant. Une main teinte à la tête, à l'autre teinte la jambe tout en tirant vers le bas avec ses bras pour causer la douleur au dos. Elle a notamment été popularisée par Lex Luger, Manabu Nakanishi, Kant et Sherry Martin. Cette prise de soumission a donné naissance à l'Argentine Backbreaker Drop, où l'attaquant place son adversaire en Argentine Backbreaker Rack, puis il tombe assis ou agenouillé pour conduire le dos de son adversaire sur les épaules. Abyss notamment l'utilise comme un de ses prises de finition. C'est le shock treatment. Ezekiel Jackson utilise aussi cette prise qu'il nomme domination rack et l'utilise comme prise de finition. Cette prise est aussi utilisée par Nikki Bella comme prise de finition qu'elle nomme Nikki Rack Attack. Depuis peu, Eric Rowan l'utilise comme prise de finition. Backbreaker Drop. C'est une prise où un attaquant prend un adversaire dans une prise de soumission du dos et tombe sur ses genoux ou assis conduisant le dos de l'adversaire sur les épaules. Belly to back suplex backbreaker. L'attaquant se place derrière son adversaire et le pend en belly to back suplex et lorsque l'adversaire est dans l'air, il le fait tourner horizontalement, puis l'attaquant le fait chuter, forçant le dos de ce dernier et s'écraser sur son genou de l'attaquant. Canadian Backbreaker Rack. L'attaquant et son adversaire sont face à face. L'attaquant le penche en avant, entoure le corps de celui-ci avec les bras, le soulève sur son épaule et avec ses bras, il les enfonce entre le corps écrasant le dos de l'adversaire contre l'épaule de l'attaquant. Cette prise de soumission a donné naissance au Canadian Backbreaker Drop, où l'attaquant place son adversaire en Canadian Backbreaker Rack, puis il tombe assis ou agenouillé pour conduire le dos de son adversaire sur l'épaule. Catapult Backbreaker. Prise qui consiste à appliquer à son adversaire le catapulte slingshot près des cordes pour qu'il puisse bondir. Oh no, 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 no. Ça bon. It's so retardant. What a waste of shit time. Bondir. No, it's bonder. Bonder. Je bande. Je me bande. Tu te bandes. Il se bande. Elle se bande. Bander. Bander un peu de bander. 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 Oh, please. They don't have Bander. Bander. Anyway, it's a bit dumb. Backbreaker. Bondir. Bander. I hope it's not reflexive. I'd love to know the scientific mechanism for describing that, but at the moment I don't know. And what's more, it's nothing but rats, cunt, and I don't particularly